I welcome you to Introduction to Numerology Part 2. This is the follow-up to the very first video, which is the Introduction to Numerology. So in this video right now, I'm going to be teaching you how to calculate your life path number in numerology, and how your day of birth is very, very important and has a lot to do with the journey of your life, and also your month of birth and how you have different cycles of life in one lifetime, which is the morning cycle, the afternoon cycle, and the night cycle, and also the unveiling of something called pinnacle. So stay with me. Now, if you want to calculate your life path number, I'm going to give you a pattern of it in the most simplest of forms that you can do by yourself right there as you're watching this video, which is just bring out your calculator, then you calculate all your numbers of date of birth together. Remember, all dates of birth numbers together. So for example, if your date of birth is July, that is 7, right? 7 plus, and your day of birth is 17. 7 plus 1 plus 7. Then if it is 2001, then you say plus 0 plus 0 plus 1. You understand it? Now, this gives us a particular number. Let's calculate it together. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. 17 plus 0 is 17. 17 plus 0 again is 17. 17 plus 1 is 18, giving us 18. So you don't just stop at 18. That's the essence of numerology. You just don't stop at 18. You still deduce this 18 to one singular number, which is going to say 1 plus 8. 1 plus 8 gives us what? 9. So this is a life path 9. And if you are going to check your own calculations over there, is either you derive at a number from 1 to 9 if you deduce it. Yeah, so those of you that derive at a number like 11, 22, and 33, please take note of that. They are master's numbers. Take note of them, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't deduce them also to a particular singular number. Now, let's move to the most interesting part of this. You see, I used to explain to people, because a lot of people think that because you are a particular life path number that you must have derived at, that is the essence of who you are. A lot of calculations that goes on the internet, a lot of notions that people have about numerology, they think because you're a particular life path number, then that is the totality of who you are. No. So there is something in professional numerology that we call cycles of life. Now you see, under these cycles, it is because I wanted to derive at these cycles. That was why I started the calculation of the date of birth from the month first. So you see, I did it from the month, then the day, then the year. You understand it? Exactly. So what this implies is that when we are talking about cycles, we are talking about, there are just 3 kinds of cycles in a human's life, which is morning time, afternoon time, and night time. And you see, what these cycles are simply implying is that during your morning time of your life, this is the number that is going to be preceding every circumstances and situations that are happening in your life. Yes, this number of your month. Then moving to your afternoon time, it is the number of your day. For example, this is 17, right? And 17 can be deduced to 8, 1 plus 7, right? Now, it is the essence of that 17 stroke 8 that is going to be preceding everything that is happening in your afternoon time. Then during your night time is the number from your year that is going to be preceding it. Now, when I'm mentioning numbers, this is another misconception people don't understand. People think that, oh, numbers, that means, oh, the essence is the number itself, which is, oh, the essence is 7 itself, oh, it's 9 itself, oh, I'm in 1, so I'm this, oh, it is 7 that is doing this to me, oh, it is because I'm 5. No. Like I used to explain, numerology and astrology are simply languages. All these on the board are just symbols and signs. Symbols and sign languages to point at something. So all of this, you can only be able to understand it when you understand and speak that language. And through that, you'll be able to know what all of these are implying. So because you have 7, you have 9, you are born on the 17th, you are in life part 3, you are that doesn't mean that those numbers are the things determining what is happening in your life. They are just explaining some things to only thee that can be able to understand the explanation. This was the point that Pythagoras actually portrayed, that numbers will never lie. And the universe is built on the power of numbers for thee that can be able to understand. You get it? So a lot of people say, oh, horoscope, oh, nah, numerology, astrology, all those woo shit, I don't believe in. You don't have to believe. Even me myself, it's not a matter of belief, it's a matter of understanding. So once I understand this and I say this, I can be able to drive at something. That's that, and you keep note to that. So because of all of this, there are some circumstances that are going to happen in your life that it is those numbers that are causing it, and until you transition from those numbers, that situations and circumstances are going to be changing in your life. it's just so fascinating, to realize all of this. And there's a way that one can be able to determine and understand the morning, the afternoon, and the night time. But those are quite deeper explanations. So I'm giving you the surface level, and deeper, you might go into it later on here. Or if you want to go into it by yourself, without waiting for all of that, you can, of course, join my masterclass or book session with me. So, on to the last. You see, I'll be remiss not to explain this particular part to you, which is what I said I was going to unveil. And it is called pinnacles. It is called pinnacle. You see this pinnacle, there is a way that you can be able to calculate it. It is through this pinnacle you can be able to find out your personal year and your personal month, because of course you have a personal year. Although right now, this year you are in right now is 2025, right? 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, that's 9, right? That's the universal year. You yourself, you have your own personal year. And the only way you can be able to identify that is when you know your pinnacles. So, and how you can be able to calculate your pinnacles is through calculating your numbers of your dates of birth together. So if you want to know your first pinnacle, is calculating your month and your day together. If you want to know the second pinnacle, is by calculating the day and the year together. You want to know the third pinnacle, is by calculating the result you got from the first and the second together. And if you want to go the last pinnacle, is by calculating the month and the year together. It might sound simple the way I just explained it, but it is quite deep. But I need you to understand that these do exist. This right here do exist, and determines a lot in your life. So later on in the series, I might be explaining more about pinnacles, but I need to make you understand it from the early on now. And this is going to clear all of your misconceptions about numerology, thinking, oh, because you know your life path number, so that determines the totality of who you are. No, there are a whole lot of things that determines more than even your life path number. And if you stick to this series and follow it thoroughly, you are going to get the answers to all of your questions. And on the next video, I'm going to be explaining to you the characteristics that every life path number embodies, both from 1 to 9 and the master numbers 11, 22, and 33. So stay with me. Stay wise. OT.